We'll
All right.
take your questions.
Yeah, excited for one more opportunity. We realize this is like a playoff game to us. We got a chance to go down to a big rival of ours, hopefully get a W so that we can go into the postseason. Going to the postseason is always an expectation here, and we expect to go compete and hopefully get that goal accomplished.
Now you said you're having dinner with family in Long Beach on Thanksgiving. Are you going to have 2 Thanksgiving dinners, the team dinner and that?
I don't know how much room I have for both of those, but we'll be with the team all day, and then as they head over on the buses over to Pasadena, I'll be heading to Long Beach.
So what stands out to you? We've talked to a bunch of offensive people about what they see from Josh Rosen on the crossover, but it's your job to stop him or contain him. What stands out about him now that he's in his 3rd year?
Well, he's kind of an unflappable guy. He's seen just about everything. Does a great job going through his reads. He's got a big time arm. That stands out. He's very, very athletic. He can get set up quick. He can avoid the rush. The ball gets there on time and in great spots. So, he's a definite pro prospect, and we're gonna have a challenge trying to slow him down.
Obviously, he's had to deal with 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years. You haven't had to defend those at least 2 of those offensive coordinators, but does that give a quarterback maybe a little bit deeper understanding of a game, knowing that much about those many different offenses?
Possibly. I don't pretend to get into his head, but all I do know is he's played a lot of football, and he demonstrates that by how he plays now. He's very well coached. He picks things up very well. He goes through his read progressions. He knows where he wants to go with the ball depending on coverage. So that part's been impressive. To have 3 different coordinators, you think it maybe be a setback to him. It's obviously been an asset, or either that or he's just naturally gifted.
What offensive playmakers stand out for them?
I think they do a great job trying to get the ball to their tight ends or their backs or big backs and run hard. They'll take their vertical shots. So they have a true pro-style offense where they're going to spread the ball to everybody, make you defend the entire field.
Even with that pro-style offense, so their run game has not been able to get going. It didn't get going last year, and it still kind of had difficulty kind of finding its footing. What are the hallmarks of their rushing attack?
Well, they give you multiple looks. They're going to give you some one-back looks, and they're going to run gap and zone schemes, and they're going to get some two-back looks as well. So you've got to be able to defend everything from multiple tight ends to just one back.
In that sense, is having faced Oregon State and having faced Stanford at least a little bit of a primer? Obviously, Stanford had a lot of size up front.
Yeah. It was good going against Stanford last week to get our two-back run fit game hopefully cleaned up, because we don't see a bunch of that in this league. So we've got to get ready for that, but you also got to get ready for the spread stuff in the run game off of that.
How difficult is it to essentially prepare? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of fundamentals that are similar to your offense, to Cal's offense. Mm-hmm. A little bit of the pro style. Obviously, they have two back, you have one back, but a little bit of pro style and a little bit of spread.
Yeah, no, it's a major advantage being able to go against our offense because we get so many diverse looks. The only thing I think we don't see is triple option if we were to play at Georgia Tech or an academy. But I'm sure if I talk to Coach Baldwin, they give us that look as well. But being able to get full speed looks from our scout team, because our guys run all the spread stuff and pro stuff, it's been a big advantage.
They may not have one of their backs, so we don't know whether Bolu is going to be able to go. What is Soso Jamabo? Because he's certainly hurt Cal, I think 2-3 years ago.
He's been a little inconsistent, but you see him at times be explosive and make some big plays for them. I can remember back the Oregon game. He's a guy who was highly touted coming out of Texas. I remember when he was being recruited. He's a guy that's very, very dangerous, just like most of the backs in this league.
When you're preparing for this, how do you simulate Rosen? How do you simulate his ability to get the ball on time wherever he wants to go?
I don't know that you simulate it. We're going to try to do a good job of mixing coverages so that he's got to at least work at it. If we can disguise our coverages and mix things up, hopefully it gives him some hesitation. But I don't know that anybody's really slowed him down much this year.
Without their top tight end, who do they really go to?
Well, 88, and 87 still are really good players. They're long. I don't know if it's Wilson's brother or what, but he's a guy that looks very, very similar.
All right, that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coach.